Hello, my kin. My name is Kin Ping, but you can call me Kin. And today I've got some Walking Dead for you all with my fancy laser pointer. I just found out that it's a thing on slides, so I decided to use it for this video because I think it'll be cool. Anyway, that's not what we're talking about here. I have decided to make a Walking Dead video comparing Walking Dead comic characters to their TV show counterparts. I thought that this would be a good idea for a video because I do know a lot about the Walking Dead comics. Like, I'm basically an expert on the Walking Dead comics. I can tell you everything that happens all the way up to like the Whisper Wall. I got all that stuff memorized, and even then I could probably tell you everything that happens. For the TV show, I'm just about as good. I mean, I know everything that happens in maybe the first 6 seasons, and then I'd be a little bit rough after that. But yeah. So we're covering all the characters from, well, no. We're covering all the characters that appear both in the comics and the TV show and are relatively similar. For characters like Ellen and Donna and other characters, which I'll mention as we go on, there's too many differences for them to be the same character. Like, they might have the same name or they might have the same appearance, but that will be it. So it's kind of unsure whether they are actually meant to be their comic counterpart. I don't think there's anything else I need to say, really. I'll rank them by TV show better, comic better, and maybe the odd both as good, because there are lots of characters in here that are just really good. I mean, obviously one might be better than the other, but there's characters like the governor, I think, that are just both like really good in both. So we will see as we go on. I hope you enjoy. Yeah, let's get to it. Okay, so first we got Laurie Grimes, of course, first character you see in comic book and TV show. He's awesome. Andrew Lincoln did such a good portrayal of him. Really good. They've both been through the same stuff as each other. They've both done the same stuff, as we can see here in this picture after he kills Ethan at Hilltop. They've both ripped out throats. They both killed cannibals in gruesome ways. It's just awesome. They're such good characters. I think that it's sad that we never got to see Andrew Lincoln Rick with one hand, because I think the fact that comic book Rick has one hand just makes him a more interesting character, because ever since he got his hand chopped off, he's been a lot more like intelligent with his fighting. I feel like he isn't just a dude that punches stuff or shoots stuff. He's got to be more careful, and as he proves in scenes like this, he is still the absolute badass. So yeah. Overall though, I can't really pick which one's better. I love both of them just as much as each other. They're both great. So I think it's going to have to be a tie. So Rick Grimes is a tie between TV show and comic. I cannot choose which one I think is better. I think people will be able to choose which one they like best, because, you know, some people prefer one more than the other, but for me that is definitely 100% a tie. They are both awesome. Next, Laurie Grimes. Laurie was she was in the TV show, she was in the comics, but I feel like she had more of an impact in the TV show, and maybe it was just seeing her like seeing the actress actually playing her in live action. Maybe I felt, you know, like she was more of a character in the TV show than she was in the comic. I mean, she was okay in the comic, but she didn't do much. So I think, and the actress did such a good job. I can't remember her name at the moment, so I'm sorry about that. Yeah, I think Laurie was a lot better. Well, in my opinion, I feel like she was better in the TV show than she was in the comic, purely because we actually got to see her in live action. She actually did more stuff. She was relatively close to the comic book interpretation, so they did a good job on that side. So I think this will be our first TV show. I think I'm going to go TV show character is better here, just because she got more fleshed out over the seasons, I guess. Carl. Okay, this one's a bit hard. I kind of like both of them. In my opinion, comic book Carl is just far superior, especially since, like, he doesn't die. So Yeah, I mean Chandler Riggs, he was a good Carl for like the first couple seasons, but I feel like he grew up too fast. I don't know why I say that, but he just grew up too fast. Like we never got to see the young badass Carl. Like Carl was like, I think he was like 11 or 12 when he got his eye shot out and met Negan and stuff. But Chandler, he was a lot older, bro, and in my opinion, it didn't work. I would have liked to see Carl younger because of all the time skips and stuff in the show. It just happened. But in my opinion, Carl in the comics is a lot cooler because he survives is a big one, I guess, and because he's awesome. And who doesn't like seeing Carl with Abraham's machine gun? I mean, it is quite literally badass. So that'll be our first for the comic books. Judith. This is one-sided. This is one-sided because Judith has like a lifespan of maybe, I don't know, 5 issues or something, and Judith is obviously in the show. She is, a main character at the moment. Well, yeah, main character at the moment. So it's got to go to Judith. It really couldn't go to this version of Judith, baby Judith, because she gets killed, she dies. So, and I mean, Judith is okay in the TV show. Like she's alright. I think she's cool. Yeah. So TV show. Shane. Now, I really like John Bernthal. I really, really like John Bernthal. He did such a good job. And even in the comics, it was a shame we didn't get to see him survive longer. Because it was like, only when Shane was getting good, only when he was becoming like a true sort of bad guy in Rick's story, when he was just killed. So I feel like the TV show did a much better interpretation of the character, had him around longer, so he was more of a bad guy. But even then, he wasn't he was a bad guy for killing Otis and stuff, but, he was a good character. And John Bernthal did such a great job. Shane in the first season was awesome as just like a friend. In the second season, he was an awesome villain, and his death still stayed kind of the same, so it's all good. Comic book Shane was just a bit too basic, a bit too undeveloped, I guess. He was okay. Nothing compared to the TV show one, though. I wish comic book Shane stayed around longer, well, as long as TV show Shane, because then I probably would have made it a tie. But as it is now, as it is forever will be, TV show Shane is better. Morgan Jones. Morgan is the second character, or is he a third? I think you meet Dwayne before you meet Morgan. But Morgan is awesome, bro. And anyone that watches Fear the Walking Dead now and stuff will know Morgan's an absolute tank. And it's just such a shame Morgan in the comic books never got to be as good as Morgan in the TV show. Because Morgan in the TV show, he's one of the best characters at the moment. He is one of the best characters alive in The Walking Dead at the moment. So it should come as no surprise when I say TV show, because TV show Morgan's just badass. And comic book Morgan was just kind of depressing, He was there for Alexandria. It all followed the same kind of story, but then Morgan died in the zombie attack on Alexandria, where of course Morgan the TV show doesn't. After getting his arm chopped off, he succumbed to his bite, so yeah, it was kind of depressing, really. It was. We never got to see like a redemption arc from him being crazy. He was always kind of, crazy, I guess, even when he started chillaxing after getting to Alexandria. So, TV show. Dwayne. Bro, for such a minor character like Dwayne, it doesn't really matter which one's better, I guess. I mean, I can't remember all too much about Dwayne in the TV show because he's there for like an episode. But I remember like casting's good. They did a good job. So I think I'll go tie on this one. Minor character, doesn't really matter. You've got a good whack though. Whacks out Rick cold. So yeah, tie. Glenn. I know lots of people are gonna say TV show Glenn because Steven does a good job. He is a good character. And I would probably agree with that. I mean, Glenn in the comics, he's good. He's always there. But it's like, he's always there. He doesn't, most of the time, he doesn't really do much apart from, survive and help the group out with supply raids and stuff like that. Most of the time, he's just there doing his part. He's not like anything special. He's not like when Abraham's there. You know, when Abraham is part of the group, he's a huge part of the group. And Glenn's just, you know, Glenn's there. He helps out, but I think TV show Glenn is so much better. Obviously, both had the same death. Both were very, very sad. Yeah, I gotta say TV show Glenn, maybe just because he did more stuff in the TV show. Even when it's just like filler episodes and everything, he just did more stuff. So I'm gonna go Glenn for the TV show. Dale, bro. Dale. I love Dale, bro. He's like one of my favorite characters. He is one of my favorite characters. So obviously this is Dale here. Survives way longer than his TV show counterpart. I did like his TV show counterpart. I thought TV show counterpart was good. Died before he should have, because you can see here that Dale in the comics survived all the way up to the cannibals, bro. He got bitten on one leg, got that amputated in the prison, and then the cannibals ate his other leg after the prison. So this is an easy one. The comic book Dale is far superior to TV show Dale. That's just how it works. And obviously Andrea and Dale are nice in the comics, so yeah, the comics is way better. Like TV show good, but Dale in the comics is great. He's just awesome. Jim, they did a really good job with Jim. They did a really good job with Jim. He was basically the same character. Like I can't really say much. He was the same character. The only difference, like lots of other characters, TV show characters that are getting better than their comic counterpart, is because they got fleshed out more, which Jim got. Like we actually saw more of him. He had more lines and everything, which I thought was really nice. Had the same death too, which was really sad. I don't know why, but I got really emotional at his death. I don't know why, but it's one of the most emotional deaths. I'm probably going to go with TV show Jim for the exact same reasons. You know, he was more fleshed out, more of a character. Comics Jim, we never actually got to know him much, apart from his family getting eaten in Alexandria and blah blah blah. But I mean, not Alexandria, Atlanta. TV show Jim. Carol basically isn't the same character. She's the same character in maybe the first 2 seasons, and then she's like completely different. I feel like both are good characters, and like I like Carol, but I've never been like huge fan of Carol. Like she is really cool, but I've never been a huge fan. But compared to her comic counterpart, probably gonna have to go with the TV show one. Comic counterpart is a good character, but a very sad character, which, you know, was hard to read sometimes. Both are good characters. Very different. Like, Carol in the comics is more... I'm not sure what the word for it is, but Carol in the TV show is, like, fighting back against everything, and Carol in the comics is, like, not fighting back and just letting it happen and being sad and stuff like that. So, TV show Carol is good. Sophia. This is basically the opposite from Carol, I guess. TV show Sophia was good. Very good casting as well. One of the best casting in the whole show. Very good casting, but, you know, dies during season 2. Off screen, of course. So, comic book Sophia is very, very superior. Not that she actually does anything, though. She only starts doing stuff during the Whisper Wars, we can see here. I think she beats up a kid that was bullying someone at Hilltop or something. So she's cool, like, during the Whisperer War from then on, you know, when you actually get to, like, I guess more screen time, I guess that's what you'd call it. So she is pretty cool. TV show TV show Sophia was good, but comic Sophia is better just because she's around longer, gets more fleshed out. Andrea, bro. I was so disappointed when Andrea died in the TV show, man. Like, so disappointed. Bro, Andrea in the comics, way better. It's like miles better than the TV show. Andrea in TV show, like, she was cool, but why did she sleep with the governor? Why didn't she kill the governor? Like, there is no way Andrea in the comics wouldn't have killed the governor. She was cool. She was okay. Not my favorite character in the TV show. I gotta admit, she was, yeah, kind of average, you know. Her death scene was pretty cool. That like episode where it was playing, I can't remember the song, but that final episode where she was in the chair and it was going down the hallway and showed her in the chair. So yeah, comic book version, definitely. It was a shame she died. She didn't have to die. I feel like her death was unnecessary in the comics. And she's been a badass, like, ever since, like, the first volume, she has been a badass. And this is one of the awesome scenes where she comes back from Hershel's farm after Dale and Glenn and stuff leave the prison, because when the governor attacks, lots of them leave, and so Andrea comes back and kills like 5 guys before getting rammed by a car. That just sums up how badass Andrea is. So, comic book. Then Andrea's sister Amy, both were good. Both were Amy. You know, TV show Amy was just as good as comic book Amy. Didn't know much about either of them. Didn't really matter though, because like they're the first person to die. Yeah, they're the first person to die. So doesn't matter really. I'll go Tyrese, bro. Tyrese is so cool. I like his beanie. His beanie, bro. His beanie is iconic. Anyway, yeah, I've noticed in the comics, Tyrese is real calm and stuff when you first meet him. He's stable-minded, knows what he's doing and everything. And then he has a character arc over the prison where he punches Rick, they have a fight, and he just gets more and more aggressive and angry after, obviously, his daughter dies and stuff like that. So he goes from calm, nice guy to real angry. That ends up getting him killed by the governor when he gets his head chopped off in place of Hershel. Hershel gets killed the same way in the TV show. And then Tyrese here, he's just an old dude when you first see him, but then his partner dies. I can't remember his partner's name. And he goes angry and, you know, has a fight. I think he has a fight with Daryl instead of Rick. Or does he fight Rick and then Daryl breaks it up? I can't remember especially. But then he slowly mellows out, and that's what ends up getting him killed in the show. So they're both different. You know, their arcs have been kind of flipped. And to be completely honest, I prefer the TV show one. Just because his arc is, you know, more peaceful. Like, it reminds me of characters like Dale who don't want to fight if they don't really have to. And Tyrese just got angry and got himself killed. So yeah, TV show one is just slightly better in my opinion. I mean, I did like Tyrese in the comics. In the last couple issues, I could not care less really about Tyrese in the last couple issues of the governor's attack. I was just like, I don't care about Tyrese anymore, man. He's not as good as he used to be. But I've always kind of cared about Tyrese on the TV show, and it was a shame to see him go. So TV show wins this one. Maggie, both are really good. Both are like slightly different, but yeah, both are good. Obviously, they control Hilltop and all that. I feel like Maggie Greene in the TV show became a bit more badass quicker than Maggie did in the comics. Because Maggie in the comics, it takes a while for her to become like real badass, but when she becomes badass, it's like it's awesome, bro. It's really awesome. And Maggie left the TV show for a while, and that was like really uncool. I'm gonna go comics just because I prefer her in the comics. This is basically personal preference at the moment, but I think comic book version of Maggie was a lot better. Not a lot, but it was better than TV show. TV show was still good, but in my opinion, I prefer comics. Maggie, and the actress did do a good job, but comics win this one. Hershel, dude, Scott Wilson, he played Hershel so well. There shouldn't be a single person in this world that thinks the comic book Hershel is better than the TV show Hershel, because you'd be wrong, and you don't want to be wrong when it's to do with Hershel. So Hershel in the comics, he was okay. It was like Hershel in the comics was good, but then Hershel in the TV show was Hershel in the comics times 3. So Hershel had everything that TV show 1 had. TV show 1 did everything better and more extreme, I guess, than the one in the comics. And you know, when there's the disease in the prison and he's you know, really determined about wanting to help these people with diseases and stuff, and dude, it is awesome. Hershel is the father figure for Rick that Dale is in the comics. Because in the TV show, it's Hershel who's, you know, giving advice and helping Rick out and blah, blah, blah. And in the comics, that's Dale. So that's why I like TV show Hershel a lot more. Because he is the father figure that I never got to see with Dale in the TV show. Patricia. TV show 1, she only survives Hershel's farm, I think. I think she gets eaten at the end. So at the end of the barn, the final episode of the barn, and you know, survives a bit. We don't really know much about her, to be completely honest. In the TV show, she is Otis's wife. In the comics, she's his ex-girlfriend, and in the comics, she is stupid. She is really stupid in the comics, like when she lets Thomas out of his jail cell after he just killed 2 of Hershel's daughters and tried to kill Andrea. So yeah, Patricia's really stupid in the comics. She would have caused the death of so many people if Maggie hadn't killed Thomas after Patricia released him. So I think I'm gonna go comics, because she was like a better villain, I guess, because she was a villain. And at the end of things, she was a villain. She was definitely a villain. So comic book version is better. Otis in the comics is a bit of a jerk. Has a very uneventful death. Just gets eaten off panel. No one really mentions him afterwards, except for Patricia and maybe Axel, I think. So no one really cares about Otis. He was a lot more nicer, a lot more chill. He was a good guy in the TV show. I really liked him in the TV show. He only survived a couple of episodes because of Shane. I prefer Otis in the TV show because he is just a cooler guy. And Otis in the comics is just, yeah, he's pretty average, bit of a dick. So we're going to TV show. Okay, we'll go with our final one here, which is Axel. Axel is a brilliant character in both the comics and the TV show. He is just awesome. He's kind of different in the TV show than he is in the comics. No, he is the same. There's some little things that are different, but overall he's the same. He has the same death, and he's just a friendly guy. He, kind of simple. Not really simple, but kind of simple. Good character. I love them both. I think they are both awesome. Yeah, I honestly can't choose which one I like more. They're both freaking awesome. So that's got to be a tie, and that will be the final one for this video. I'll obviously do another video with more of them, but we'll stop here for now. I don't know what exactly the scores so far, but they'll be on the screen. I'll edit them in after filming this, but there'll be the scores. I think TV show's winning at the moment. I hope you enjoyed. I guess I'll see you next time. Goodbye, my kid.